Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. I used to be absolutely in love with this game back in the day. I think I played through it like 5 times in total, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to play it again after all these years. Even just hearing like the title screen music again is bringing back all sorts of good memories. This is one of my favorite video games and one of the greatest RPGs in the modern era, so I hope you enjoy it too. Without any further ado, let's play. We're going to start a new game, and we're going to do Dragon Age Origins. Awakening is the expansion pack, but we'll do that later on. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnides, 813.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alrighty, so if the intro didn't get you excited, I don't know what will. Next we have the character creation. I actually played through the first like 20 minutes or so earlier just to to do it once so I wasn't hesitating as we actually did this. So you can choose either gender. We'll play as a guy. You can choose 3 races: the humans, the elves, or the dwarves, which are pretty typical fantasy fare. We'll do human because I'm boring, so let's go with that. There are 3 classes: the warrior, the mage, or the rogue, which again are just what they sound like. We'll do a mage. My first playthrough was actually a human mage named Aravail, and we're going to do the same thing here, just because that's what I feel like doing, and that's the kind of character I want to be importing into the next 2 games. I don't think you get to play as the same character in the later games, but their actions do change the world, so it's kind of like Mass Effect and also kind of not. So there are 6 different origin stories, which are each about an hour or two long, I think. And that's why it's called Dragon Age Origins. You can choose your character's background, and it depends on your combination of race and class. Dwarves cannot actually be mages because their species just doesn't have any magical ability. They're actually resistant to mages and magic, and you can see that there as part of their class stats. Elves make really good mages, and humans are just kind of versatile all around. Um, so we could play as an elf if we wanted to be the best mage ever, but that's okay. So there's a human noble storyline, which is if you're a human warrior or rogue. There's a mage storyline, which is if you're either a human mage or an elf mage. There's dwarven noble and dwarven commoner, which you can choose if you're any type of dwarf. Then there's the Dalish elves, which are kind of like the wood elves, and the city elves, which are like second-class citizens, and they're kind of in poverty, and I think they used to be enslaved and still are in some parts of the world. And you can choose if you're an elf or a dwarf, warrior, rogue, which origin you want. But because we're a mage, we have to do the Magi backstory, so that's the one we're going to do.
Greetings.
For appearance, I played with it a little bit earlier, and I forgot what preset I started with. I think it might have been Dreadlock guy, actually. Where'd he go? I saw him a second ago. There he is. But I want to give him different hair. These two are really similar. I think I might have had this one last time, but I'm going to go with this one because it's a little messier. Although, see, the issue I ran with last time, which is why I had to restart the Let's Play, is that his ears clipped. And I wonder if you can probably change the ears. They still kind of clip. Ear height. Yeah, alright. Well, that hairstyle kind of sucks then, because it clips through the ears no matter what. So we'll do it this one, and he'll be a Grey Warden who keeps a comb with him at all times to keep this this nice smooth hairstyle, I guess. For eyes, I'm gonna give him blue eyes just because I have blue eyes. We'll go with that. I'm not gonna really mess around with any of the others. I do want to change the nose a bit because it's kind of pointy as it is right now. Let's take out the tip depth, and there are a couple different nose styles. Like a pointy, like witch nose, it just looks weird. That's probably the most normal nose. For hair, you can also change their subtle a lot. I'm not really gonna play around with it too much though. What did we have before? Was it this one? I feel like that messed it up when I was just playing around with it. Let me go back to the preset again. Keep losing it. See, his soul looks a lot better for some reason. That's okay. Alright, we'll lighten up the skin tone just a bit. Skin complexion. They're all kind of the same, more or less. You can give him tattoos, I'm not really going to. A couple of my older characters did, but I'm not going to bother with that. There's lots of beards in here too, which again, I'm not really going to bother with too much. Alright, let's change the nose one more time. Where's the other normal nose? There we go. So yeah, he's a pretty normal looking guy. Sorry if I was going off. Let's see. We can give him a bit of cheeks, because right now he's kind of... looks like he hasn't been fed in a while. That's a little better, I think. And I think the rest is probably good to go. You can change the portrait around if you want to. Change even the background. There's some cool backgrounds, but I like the default the best. You can change expression, which is just silly. Like, don't mess with that. It's all just really weird looking. Just go with the default, trust me. You can change the camera distance a little bit. You can turn left and right. No reason to really play with this too much, though. Alright. There's 6 different voices.
No, it is gone.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
Ah, my spell!
So this one I don't really like because it sounds frustrated. These two
Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
both sound kind of creepy. This one
Greetings.
is Zaid from Mass Effect, I'm pretty sure. It sounds like him.
Well, that didn't work.
Let's see. But it doesn't really fit the character's face, I don't think.
How do you do?
This one, the first line is okay, but then,
Oops, where's my head?
see, it sounds
This
weird.
is not good. Coming through. Greetings. I have lost the spell.
It's not my favorite, but I'm going to go with that one anyway, I think. I didn't change the eyes this time. Alright. Perfect. And I'm going to go with Aravail. You can't change the last name, unfortunately, so he will be Aravail Amel. But he'll probably go mainly by his first name, like Cher or Bono. Alright. Though Bono, that's not his first name, is it? Is Cher even Cher's first name? I don't know. I don't follow pop culture enough, I guess. So here are your stats. Strength is better melee attacks, and not sure if you need it for bows or not. Bows might be dexterity. I think ranged weapons are bows, or dexterity, I mean, and maybe melee for rogues is cunning. I don't know. I remember there being a bunch of different builds you could go with. Constitution is health, willpower is your mana pool, magic is the strength of your magic abilities. So let's put 3 points in willpower, 2 points in magic, and we should be good to go. For skills, these are a lot like skills in KOTOR, if you watch that Let's Play, or if you played the game. It's also based on Dungeons and Dragons, I think, for like the stat system. So there's coercion, which is like persuasion, stealing, trap making, survival, herbalism, poison making, combat training, and combat tactics. Combat tactics is cool because it'll give you more customizability with your squads. You can give them like programming, so they do certain abilities when certain conditions are met in the fight, which is really helpful to make the fights go smoother. And you have to micromanage less. Herbalism is nice for making potions. We'll probably take more points in that once we're a higher level, but we can't right now. Some of these are more suited to rogues who get a lot of skills. I'm going to go with coercion, even though it's based on cunning or strength, which we won't have a lot of. It's still good to have persuade options just because that'll open up more story and dialogue branches, I think. Survival is also a good choice if you don't really care about other skills because it improves your defenses. So is combat training for similar reasons. We'll probably get some of this later because for mages, they can take more damage before an attack interrupts their spellcasting, so that sounds good. But we'll get that later. For spells, there's a lot of spells divided to different schools. Other classes have abilities, whereas mages get all these. I remember using some of these guys, but I'll probably look up some more information on these before I choose too many. I'm going to get healing for now because that's definitely useful. I do remember that much. There's some elemental spells. All these are pretty good, I think, except maybe Earth. Even Earth, though, I think Earth is pretty good. But we'll get some of those later. There's also combos. You can like sit down a poison field and either set it on fire or freeze it. It's just one of the examples. There's a lot of different combos, though. But I'll look those up later. We'll set it on normal. I'm pretty sure I've done this one at least hard. I think I've done it on Insanity too, because the game really isn't that tough, especially if you kind of figure out what you're doing and actually build your character decently. It actually it's easy to make them overpowered, especially in the expansion. So we're just going to go with normal anyway, just because I haven't played in a while, and I want to really show the story and play the story again, not be wiping at all. And if it becomes like too face roll easy, then we'll turn it up later on. But for now, let's just go with normal.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the Harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the Harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
I am ready.
Know this, apprentice. If you fail, we Templars will perform our duty. You will die. This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The Harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
Here we go. Into the Fade, the world of dreams and the home of dreams, and the source of all mages' powers. Alright, I think I turned off the tutorials. Hopefully that sticks. It looks like it did, which is good, because I kind of already have an idea of how to do this, I think. So we can get some items here. Shimmering Orbs of Light, which are basically potions for this part of the game. And I think we have to actually take them before we can put them on our bar. There we go. You can extend the bar, but I don't think you can bind anything to keys except for the first 10 slots, which kind of sucks. So we'll probably have to start clicking at some point, just because there are quite a few abilities and cool spells in this game. Got a codex entry. I'm not going to really read any of the codex entries. At least not for now. There's an enemy, so I guess we have to right click on it first. Remember how combat works. Alright, can he hit it? He can punch them, but not very well. Hey, where'd you go? Come back here, what are you doing? He's trying to kite me, I think.
Our skill has won the day.
Up there's the health and mana. I don't know if there's a way to make this bigger or to change the UI around. Probably not, but I might look into that later to see if there is, because right now it's kind of... my eyes have to move a long way to look at my health bar. If this is a little more powerful, it would one-shot them. I think the other classes have a auto attack with no cooldown for the warrior and the rogue. It's not really an auto attack, you do have to keep hitting it, I think. But it does have no cooldown, which is nice. We do not. So hopefully we'll get some more damage spells in a bit. You can also like scroll out and make it more of a tactical thing. And that'll be useful later on once we have a bunch of party members and the fights get more complex. But for now I'm going to play it in like third person mode. Makes it seem a little more engaging. It seems like health regens out of combat at a steady rate, so I'm guessing... oh, who's this guy?
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
You're a talking rat.
You think you're really here? In that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same. But it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you? Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me... well, Mouse.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's a mouse, not a rat. Not your real name, I take it?
No. I don't remember anything from... before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
I'm sorry for what happened.
Don't waste time with that talk. You don't want to end up like this. There's something here, contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
I don't understand why this test is so feared.
You would be a fool to just attack everything you see. What you face is powerful, cunning. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see, I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago, but you may have a way out.
Alrighty. So he's not really a party member.
A
He's just kind of
dangerous
gonna follow
spirit
me.
is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
Alrighty. Let's look at the map. We're still headed the right way. I am gonna just do a real quick save though. Just call it fade. That's fine. Just because I don't want the game to crash on me. Is this where we fight the demon?
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
Alright. Let's look around some more first. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the health regen is static, which is why it's so important to have heal spells, because later on, you don't want to be standing around all the time waiting for your health to regen. Let's try one of my heal spells. I don't know why. Do I click on it? No. Oh, I have to click on a target, probably. That's it. Okay. So you have heal and rejuvenate. So rejuvenate increases your mana or stamina. Stamina is what the warriors and rogues use instead of mana. And heal heals yourself or an ally. Alright. So that makes sense. Oh, another enemy. I don't actually remember most of these abilities. But I suppose they'll come back to us as we go. You can also pause the game at any time to issue orders and stuff. I'm going to try to... What's this? A vase of healing. More of these orbs, probably. Yep. And a twisted statue. New codex entry, the Black City. Yeah, just because I know pausing it makes the game kind of boring to watch, so I'm going to try not to pause it a lot. We'll see how that turns out. Oh, a spear. Still, I can punch it, but it's not doing much damage. Luckily, Arcane will come on cooldown soon. There we go. Oh, there's another one. I can't really do much to it right now. Can I kite it? Kind of. I don't run very fast.
Very well.
So that could be a useful tactic.
You say.
Not sure if you can make like, an unarmed fighter in this game or not.
I shall do it.
I don't recall anything about that, but it maybe...
It's a fine thing we've done.
Alrighty, all healed up. I'm ready to move on.
Be cautious. There is another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
A sloth demon. All the demons in this game are named after the seven sins, which is kind of cool. Pride, lust, sloth, obviously.
So,
Rage.
you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
Sure.
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps left.
What kind of spirit are you?
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. Oh, I tire of you already.
Why are you called sloth? What are you?
I am a spirit of sloth. Yes, a creature of the Fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying.
Mortals like myself.
You are aware. A mortal with power and will. The sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I am disinclined to begin such a struggle.
Lucky me.
Indeed. Now,
Now, what do you want with me?
I need help defeating a demon.
Even if I were willing to help, mortal, what would you have me do? Fight the demon for you? He and I have no quarrel, and I am quite comfortable where I am. Thank you.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why, most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide?
Hiding doesn't solve anything. We need to face our fears.
I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
Mouse wants to learn. Teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
I accept your challenge, Sloth.
Truly? Oh, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Well, it's nice when there's choices. Ah, map, that's what it is. Seas, but no water, coast, no land, towns without people, mountains, yep, or without sand. That's it.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit,
An idea?
you'll use me well. What am I?
It's a lot easier when you have choices here. No, it's not an idea. You can hold an idea, though. You can use an idea. Probably a tongue. I'm rarely touched, but often held. You hold your tongue. You can touch a tongue sometimes, but you just say rarely, not never. You can also hold your breath. Ooh, that might be it. Rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. Oh, that's tough, because it could be either tongue or breath. So you hold your tongue or hold your breath. You could use your tongue well, or you could use your breath well. Temper, maybe. Because you can hold your temper. This is actually a hard one. Tongue and breath both kind of work. Rarely touched. Often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. Because they're both kind of metaphors for speech, too. Like, don't waste your breath. And you could say you have like a silver tongue. I really don't know this one. I'm afraid I'm going to be eaten in a second. Barely touched. Would you ever touch breath? Kind of. You could put your hand in front of your mouth to touch your breath, I guess. But that's not really touched. But often held. You hold your tongue. I'm going to say tongue, because you don't often hold your breath. You do sometimes if you're swimming or something. But people often hold their tongues. I'm going to say tongue. Because you could have like when it says wit, you have a sharp tongue. Which is similar to breath, but it's not really an expression. So I'm going to take a gamble here. I think it's tongue. 70% sure? Let's go with it.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me.
A dream?
What am I?
Probably a dream. I'm gonna wait for it to appear at the top of the screen again so I can see. Often I will spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, yeah. But alas, you won't remember me. Probably a dream. Everything else is the same. I kind of wonder if you had chosen the other one, Breath, if you would be like, well, okay, that makes sense. Because knowing Bioware, they actually might put two correct answers. I like the number one, though. An annoying, what am I? An annoying riddler? But he'll probably eat me if I say that. So we'll go. Plus, I don't think my character's going to be like super. He's not going to be an asshole. He's going to try to be diplomatic as much as possible. So I'm going to say a dream.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear?
Close enough.
It feels heavy.
Close enough. Go then, and defeat your demon, or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
Well, I grow weary of your demonic prattling. Alright, so now Mouse is a bear, which is definitely an upgrade. However, I think I'm probably going to end the episode here. When we come back, we will continue our adventures in the Fade. And, wait, will we? I don't know, I feel like, is there more down here? If this is all there is to the Fade, we might as well just keep going. And wait until we're done to end the episode. But I really don't remember. Now I feel like there's probably going to be more up here. So, alright, ending the episode then, and I will see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff, and take care.